All right, guys, how will crypto respond to the Federal Reserve meeting today? As you guys can see, I'm standing up today. I've been, having a back issue just because I'm always sitting making videos. So we're in a nice little standing position today, talking about crypto, talking about this Fed meeting today. This is going to be big for the overall markets at large, crypto, stocks, and pretty much everything across the board. We're going to see this first meeting of 2024, kind of what the temperature in the room is. I don't expect to see anything today from rate cuts or obviously rate hikes. I don't expect to see any of that today. So we'll see if we go live later on. If something happens with the markets or if something breaks that's crazy, we'll probably go live. But I don't expect this to be a huge event. Now, there are some big things that I do want to see though that I'm still tracking, and we're going to talk about that in this video, guys. So real quick, if you guys don't know, I have been partnered up with NordVPN lately. 4 months free. I shouldn't have to explain to you the importance of having a VPN when you're trading crypto and just surfing the internet. If you want to have that privacy, NordVPN, the best VPN out there on the market, using my link today. 4 months free. 4 months. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a huge, huge discounted offer. Check it out. Links down below. You got to use my code, though, to get this discount. So here we go. Fed meeting today. Rate decision, Jerome Powell's speech, and what else to watch today. So really what I'm looking at is not so much the decision, because I think the decision is going to be honestly a nothing burger when it comes to crypto. We'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. But I also what I really want to see, though, is what's the temperature in the room? How is Jay Powell setting the stage during this first meeting for the rest of the year? And I hope some of the reporters out there ask questions, because a lot of expectations are that we see, 4 to 5 rate cuts. And if that stays on track, I think we could actually see a little bullish rally later this afternoon. And again, that live coverage will start at 2:30 p.m. He'll take stage at the post-meeting press conference. We'll see. We might go live for it as we get closer to it. Just wanted to get this video out there and obviously address it. We'll see. We'll see if we go live later today, during it, or after, depending on how kind of things break. The Federal Open Market Committee is widely expected to hold interest rates steady. Okay, that's the expectation. Pretty much nothing doing, right, in terms of interest rates. So we're about just under 2 hours away. They've got the countdown there. But again, I think right here, what Barron's outlines is a really important point, okay? The devil is in the details. The saying holds for today's Federal Reserve meeting. So it's not the decision. We're not really listening for rate hike, rate cut, or nothing burger, which we think it's going to be a nothing burger. We're trying to infer what Jay Powell and company want to do the rest of this year, and what they want to do when we come back in, February and in March and into April as we get close to the Bitcoin halving. How are things going to be said today that could impact our next 3 to 4 to 5 months? Now, the Federal Reserve Open Market Committee rate cut decision isn't likely to surprise anybody. Expected updates to officials' policy statement. Jerome Powell's message will be the things that the Fed, watchers, and markets will pore over. Exactly. This is key. Central bank officials are widely expected to hold interest rates, but the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, of course, they want to get down to that 2% goal, and we're getting closer. It's not, terribly far away like it was, but the Fed has been using the word elevated to describe inflation in its official policy statement. So we're going to see what that temperature in the room is. There's a chance that this dip that we're seeing in the markets too could be something that gives us a little bit more reason to, have another type of sell-off. When it comes to Bitcoin, we've, interestingly enough, dropped down. We dropped all the way down there in the last 7 days. You can see we came back from 40K, 39K, came all the way back up nearly to 44. We'll see what happens here today with Bitcoin. It's always interesting because, Bitcoin can kind of take the news one of two ways. It could take it as, hey, this is a hedge against inflation. This is a good thing. Or it can say, hey, we're going to move with the overall markets. This is a bad thing. Speaking of the overall markets, by the way, across the board there, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell 2000, all of that is down as we get closer and closer to the event. Now, guys, I want to break in with some other info here for you. If we scroll on down here, This is, here we go. Many Fed watchers expect Powell to acknowledge the progress that's been made in bringing inflation down to the Fed's target. So a lot of them expect to see some positive things said while cautioning that the job is not yet complete. So basically, some good news and some bad news. Powell and the Fed officials were caught flat-footed when inflation first started to rise, and they don't want to discount the risk of inflation reigniting. There has been a lot of economists out there that have said, hey, this could be, still an inflationary time where you have this little rally and then inflation gets worse. There are people out there that still think this is the start to a big recession. I think we're going to see a rally at least for the next couple years within this decade, and then we're going to get hit really hard later on in this decade. That's my personal opinion. I think we've got, a 2-3 year window here where the going's going to be good, and then we're going to hit real trouble later in this decade. That's my overall opinion after listening to a lot of really smart people, way smarter than I am. And that's kind of how I'm playing it right now, trying to take advantage, especially within crypto, of these next 12 to 18 months and securing profits and setting yourself up for the future. That is going to be huge. That's going to be one of my big goals. I mentioned earlier in my video today, changing my strategy up a little bit. I'm diversifying out too. I'm putting some money in little pockets all across different crypto startups right now. That is also something that I'm doing. I think that's going to be a very good thing for me as we look out into the next 6 to 8 months, and highly encourage you guys to continue to network in this space. The opportunities are endless if you continue to meet new people, get introduced to different circles in this area. The great thing about crypto and blockchain is we actually have the ability to meet new people. We have the ability to privately invest wherever we want. We don't have to have $1 million to be an accredited investor or anything like that, right? So we'll see what happens here. The statement will come out here shortly here, and Jay Powell will take the stage. What do you guys think is going to happen? What is your expectation? Let me know down below. And before we get up on out of here, just want to also talk about XT Algo. If you guys are looking to trade, now you guys know my strategy is not just buy and hold. Okay, it is trading in the intermediary and obviously trying to stack as much as I can and then put it into less risky assets. For example, we go into the altcoin space pretty heavily all the time, and the small cap space, we take profits. And when we take those profits, we pile them into less risky plays like Bitcoin. It starts and ends with Bitcoin for me. That is my overall crypto philosophy. So yes, I'm a long-term holder of a lot of different top layer ones and top crypto projects and Bitcoin, but I'm also a trader. And I've been able to do both because this tool works. I've had this thing built out by the pros, spent over $10,000 on this thing to get it out, and it's already given it to me back just in a little while since I started using it early in 2023. It's been live for all of you since August 2023. Was at a conference talking about XT Algo over this past weekend. I've got businesses interested in using this. It is an amazing tool. And shout out to my developer who did this. Unbelievable job. And it's super simple to use. Guys, huge discount on it right now as well. The monthly package, no longer $47, it's $37. The quarterly option, no longer $125. Try less than $100. 30-day money-back guarantee as well. Check it out. Links down below for that, as well as NordVPN. If you don't have one of these, this is a low-ticket item, and this will save you tremendously if and when somebody comes after your crypto. Appreciate you guys as always. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.